What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Combat Corporation, your source of combat sports. I'm your host, Al the Postmaster Morrow, and today I have a gear review on the Boxerpoint Reflex ball set. Alright folks, as always, I'm incredibly excited to bring you yet another gear review, and today I got a bit more of a unique review because usually I'm going over boxing gloves and I've reviewed mitts and I've done technical reviews, but this is going to be a bit of a hybrid video. I'm going to go over a different product that I've never reviewed. I'm also going to show you how to use said product at the end of the video in a really brief tutorial. It's a really cool tool, and this is the Boxerpoint Reflex boxing ball, and this became a huge fad, I'd say about 4 years ago, when people went nuts when Vasily Lomachenko took a rubber string, attached it to a tennis ball, and then put it to the back of a baseball cap and just hit it back and forth like this. And everyone went bananas for it because she swore, one of the greatest boxers in the world swore that it gets your hand-eye coordination up, your reflexes, and all these other things. So of course I joined the fad and I tried to make one myself. It didn't work out all that well, so I bought one that was cheap for like $5 and the cord snapped immediately. So I kind of gave up on it and said, whatever, if I find someone that likes it, and maybe I'll try it out. And then Boxerpoint got in touch with me about 3 weeks ago, and I've been using it since then. So as I give the disclaimer, just because they got in touch with me and sent me this does not mean I have nothing but nice things to say. I warn them. I warn every single person that sends me stuff. Listen, if I like it, I'm going to say I like it. If I don't like it, I will roast it on the internet in front of everybody. And they say that's okay. We'll just make the adjustments that you roast, which is the immediate good signs of a great company. This is available on Amazon. It's for, there's 2 different sets. You can get the 2-ball set or the 4-ball set, and they sent me the 4-ball set. And they vary from price, I believe, from, I'd like to say, from $12 to $17, which with shipping, you pay about $20 for the complete set, which is actually not a bad deal for what you get with it. For one, you get the cardboard box that has everything on the inside. It comes with an instruction manual if you need help of how to use it, which you'd be surprised it is kind of confusing for some people. And then we get the headband that goes around your head, and it has a nice Velcro strap with the black and red Boxerpoint logo here. And then if we go here, we see a bag you can fit everything in. The Boxerpoint logo. I really like the Boxerpoint logo. It looks like the Tekken Iron Fist logo, only it's pointed this way instead of up. And that's really cool. And then it comes with a pair of hand wraps, which I haven't used yet because they looked a little bit too small for me, but I'll try them on in the video just to see how they work. And then it comes with 4 different balls. You have a tennis ball, you have a light black ball, a light red ball, and then you also have a heavy red ball, which is a really dense type of rubber feel to it. And each one varies in difficulty, basically, is what I'm gathering from this. Now, basically the idea behind this exercise is to get your hand-eye coordination up, and your defense, your offense, your speed, your reflexes, your reaction times, your timing in general. It's all a really good tool, and honestly, in using it, I have noticed a slight difference in like my training. Like I see punches, although I saw punches coming pretty good before, I can see it coming a little bit easier because I'm more conscious that things are going to come back to me each and every time. People tend to get so fixated on just throwing punches, and they never expect something back. Well, if you mess up with this, it's going to come back and deck you right in the head. I know that because it's happened to me when I first started using this. It's not as easy as it looks, believe it or not. But we'll go to the instruction manual. Oh, one more thing. It comes with these extra strings and Velcro straps too. I forgot about that. There's a little baggie, but I haven't had to get into it or use it at all quite yet. But we'll go into the instruction manual a little bit, and it basically has the Boxerpoint logo and what's on the box. And let's see. And it basically says pick a ball, and we recommend starting with the easier black ball. So they're talking about the light ball here, which honestly is my favorite because you can get a lot of really nice rapid hits off, and it's not so delayed, and I'll go into that in a minute. I'll describe each ball, but this is the beginner ball that they tell you to start with, and I can see it. It is a little bit easier. It's lighter. It's much easier to hit, and in general, might just be better for the beginner, right? Then after they say pick that and pick the length you want, to strap this tightly to your head, or strap it to the strap and then strap it tightly to your head. Now, basically, the lighter balls come with this little Velcro strap, right? And the idea behind the Velcro strap is you take it with this little metal bracket at the end of it here, and then you put it through and you hook and loop it, just like that. And now it can be hit back and forth. But it's a little bit too long for my arm, so I need to shorten it. Really easy way to shorten it is all you gotta do is take the string that it comes with, okay, and start looping it around like this in the center of this Velcro strap. And I have short arms. I have a 68-inch reach, so it's not a very long reach whatsoever. Everyone thinks I do, but I do not. I have a very short span. All right, and what you do is you take this and you strap it to your head like this. I got a big head, everyone tells me. And then boom. And even this is just a little bit too long, so I might need to shorten it. But if I start punching it, which sitting down is a little bit difficult, but I'll probably play a video in the top left of the corner of me hitting each ball as I talk about them, and you'll see how it actually works. And then once again, I'll show you how to actually use the Boxerpoint Reflex ball at the end of the video. It's very self-explanatory, it just takes time. And then it says step 4, start training by hitting the ball using closed fits, starting slowly, lightly, and gradually increasing the speed, getting yourself into a good rhythm. So you want to, once again, it teaches you rhythm. It's a really cool thing to do. And then improve your hand-eye coordination by training for at least 5 minutes for more practice and training time. But most people are going to do this by boxing rounds. You know, it'll probably be like 3 3-minute rounds or something like that. Or some MMA guys might do like 3 5-minute rounds or 2 5-minute rounds. And honestly, you can do this for a long time and not get bored or tired of it. You know, that's the thing I really like about this exercise here, is that I can do it and not get bored anytime soon, right? So that's pretty cool. And then it says tip, the difficulty level will change based on your punches. Punch the ball towards the ground for an easier difficulty and move upwards gradually in order to increase difficulty level. So that's very true. If you hit it towards the ground, it's just going to keep coming back at you, and you can see everything coming from an upper point. Anyone that has the high ground, no pun intended, can strike pretty quick. When it's dead level at you, once again, it'll hit and then come back and hit you if you don't have your guard ready, if you don't move your head, or if you don't hit it back. If you try and punch it up, I haven't even tried that, because I just don't know if gravity would be my friend there, and I don't want to try it and look stupid in front of everyone, especially my girlfriend in the corner over there. But basically, each ball has different difficulties, but the red and black ball are the same. And although they're lighter, I think it's probably the best tool for anybody, just because you can hit it back and not stop for a long time. Because in my opinion, volume is the most important part of boxing, MMA, or whatever it might be. Not just one big solid shot. You just hit it back and forth, and it's going to keep coming back at you, but you have to keep yourself sharp the whole time you do it, and you're not going to stop the whole time, right? So when you use the lighter balls, it's actually a really, really good exercise, I think, if you want to keep a very consistent pattern and hit going, right? So the other thing that comes with it is the tennis ball, and this has actually a somewhat hard feel to it, and it's heavier than you'd think. It's not quite as heavy as the red ball here, but it's heavier than you think, and when you hit it, it comes back fast at you, right? It hits and comes back and hits you pretty quick. So you got to get your hands up, ready to go, slip, everything else, and you got to hit it back in a proper and correct way, okay? This ball is more for like that middle ground way, I'd say. But a lot of people, I would say, probably use this more than they would the other ones, because it's the same thing Lomachenko was using, was just a basic tennis ball. And it has the same weight as a tennis ball. It doesn't feel, what's it called? It doesn't feel like heavy like a tennis ball shouldn't, I should say. It's just very good, but it's deceptively heavy at the end of the string, I will say that much. But the heaviest one you get, and that has the most feedback that I like as a puncher, is this one, because it feels like a very dense rubber, and this bounces really good off of most surfaces, and it's slow to go back and it's slow to come forward. So this one, in my opinion, though it looks difficult, it's more of a deceptive timing thing, right? It comes back, it goes out slow, and it comes back really slow too, whereas this goes out fast and comes back pretty fast as well. So I think if you really want to learn just patient, slow timing, this is more to work your arms out, because you have to hit it a little harder. These you can just tap lightly, and this you can tap pretty lightly. You got to give it a bit more of a pop, but this you really actually got to put a pretty stiff jab in it to come out and then come back to you. So it is a bit of a challenge with using this one if you like to just bop, 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 right? And then going into the hand wraps here, I haven't taken them out. I'd be surprised if it wraps around my hands once, because I have big palms. I don't really have long fingers. They don't look remotely 180 inches, but hey, you know what? We'll give it a shot. They look like they're 108, if not even shorter than 108. But if I had to guess, if I put one on, and I'll use them. I'll be a good sport. But so it covers your wrist pretty good, actually. But I wrap around my wrist twice, but I'll do it once because they're small. And then you go around your thumb, go back. Let's see here. They're brand new wraps, so they shouldn't bunch. Then you go around, you make your X. And if you watch my hand wrapping video, which I highly recommend because it's a great tutorial, helped out a lot of people. I'm just hyping myself up here. Go around my knuckles twice if I can. Yeah, and then we'll go through the middle fingers once. Right? And I mean, they're okay. They're okay wraps. You know, they're exactly what you'd expect to get in a $20 bundle. I'm more focused on these, so honestly, I probably won't even use these hand wraps in demonstrating, and I hope that doesn't bother Boxerpoint. But the hand wraps are okay. They kind of feel like a very short impact wrap. If you've ever had the Impact Sports wraps, they're very coarse, like canvas feel. That's what this feels. It's not uncomfortable, but it's also not the best hand wraps I've ever used, and they're way too small for my hands. So I guess if I were to say anything, if Boxerpoint wanted to be the coolest company ever, include these in 180 inches, or even for my hands 210 inches, I'd go absolutely bananas over. But overall, this tool is really awesome. I'm going to show you how to use it, and what's great is that you can use these anywhere. You don't have to go to the gym to use this. You can use this literally anywhere. So to wrap up the video, let's go show you how to actually use the Boxerpoint Reflex ball. Alright, so here I have the black ball that I recommend you to start out with. I'm going to show you how to use the Boxerpoint Reflex boxing ball, and it's a really easy thing. I'm going to show you a couple tricks that I tend to do. But I'm going to start just like the instruction manual says, right? Take it slow, light hits with a closed fist. You don't have to wear the hand wraps with it if you don't want to. I know they're a little bit too small and kind of cramped for my hands, and that's okay. You know, I can use hand wraps if I want. I got durable bones, big hands, so I'll be okay. So the way I usually start it out is I'll throw it in front of me and then start from here, right? And then I'll just keep it going for a while. Sometimes my thumb might kind of get caught on the string, and that's because I'm not turning my punches over, right? So there's where your good technique should come in, right? And this is a perfect length for me. So now I got a good rhythm going. But if we're going to start like the instruction manual says, you should take the black ball, which is the easiest one, and they have a red ball just like this, right? And let's start out by dangling it down here, okay? Back up a bit maybe so you can see it, and then start maybe jabbing it a little bit. Now 1, 2, 1, 2. And then what's going to happen is eventually the recoil from the string is going to pop it up in front of you. And that's when you change your posture to it being in front of your face. Just like this. Okay, it can go up, it can go forward, I can move a little bit with it. But the other thing I like to do, it gets my mind right before I go to practice. I'll use this maybe for 10-15 minutes before practice, really to get my eyes sharp so I can see things coming, right? So say like I'm actually sparring, there's jab, 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 and then another jab or a right hand comes back at me. Here's a perfect example of jab, jab, jab. Oh, I didn't get my hands up and bop me on the head, right? Jab, jab, oh, my bad. Jab, 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 my hands come up, right? Or jab, 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 I move my head off to the side, right? So you can get really good fundamentals from doing this by yourself wherever. And you notice I'm using this outside because you don't have to use this in the gym. You can use this wherever you go. I'm in my grandma's backyard right now, right? In this little garden area that's no more than maybe 10 by 10 feet. And I can use it just fine. I can move around pretty good here, right? Got my straight punches going. Every now and again, maybe I can try and slip off, get away from something, change my angle. And that's the cool thing about this tool here, especially the beginner ball. I like the beginner ball because it keeps a realistic pace of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to immediately get into it and go like, bah, 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 bah. Even I can't really do that, right? You know, we're not blistering speed here. It's not going to work that way. That's not how physics are going to work with this band here, right? There's no band on the planet that can just snap back that fast on you. Unless you had it really short to your head. And my arms, it's unrealistic if I went like this, batting the ball back and forth. That's why you got to speed bag for speed. This is a rhythm tool, and I equate it kind of like to a double end bag in some ways. It's a double end bag that's going outwards instead of downward, right? So if you ever use a double end bag, you know exactly what I'm trying to tell you, right? But I would just start out without any real emphasis on the technique and just straight punches, right? My hands are closed, turning my punches over. Just straight punches and just keep it going until you get a nice good rhythm. And then start setting numbers for yourself. Let's try and see if we can get 10 in a row. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. We reset or we keep going. Okay, let's see if we can get 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, you know? And you just keep going like that. That's a good drill to do. Another thing you can do is, now we keep it realistic, right? If it comes up to our head, now I keep my hands up. Why? Because this will come back and hit me, much like a double end bag would. That just came back and popped me right on the nose, okay? Perfect. Especially if you use the heavier ones, you'll actually feel it hit you a bit, right? So make sure you keep your hands up. It's gonna come back at you, okay? If I stick the jab, comes back, I keep my hands up. Or I stick the jab, maybe I move my head off to the side. Maybe if I shoot an uppercut, a hook's coming back, I should duck. Or I shoot a hook, now I gotta duck out of the way, right? So that's the idea behind this. A couple tricks that I have is that if you make a big pivot step, it'll snap back at you. So let's see if we can get that to happen. I can't promise I can get it to happen on camera here, but let's see. But it'll turn around and pivot on you, right? Pivot, and then we'll hit. Let's see if we can get it one more time, okay? We go here, jab, pivot, pull, all right, and it goes right past my head. See if I can hit it like a pull counter. I can also do a pull counter, good old Floyd Mayweather, Philly shell style. I jab a couple of times, okay, pull, if my hand doesn't get caught. See, I mess up too. I'm not the most graceful person. Jab, jab, back, and then it comes back. I might be able to hit it, I might not, but that's the cool part about it, right? Pull, boom, there it goes. Now I hit it, and now I had a pretty quick shot. Or I can do same side combinations, right? Jab, uppercut, hook, and bring it over, right? So there are a couple tricks you can get done, but my big thing is keep a consistent pace, get your eyes sharp with this, right? You can do it wherever it is, whether it's your room, your basement. You don't have to go to your boxing gym to use this tool. You can use it wherever. And for 20 bucks, for my money, especially during the pandemic, because not all gyms are open yet, this is a really good tool. 20 bucks is not a lot for the stuff that you get with this, right? There are other companies that are charging way more. Like I've seen Title Boxing charge $60 for their model, and they only have 3 different size balls. And from what the complaints I saw, they snapped all over the place. Boxerpoint, 20 bucks, you get 4 different balls. 2 are the same, but different colors. One's a tennis ball, and one's heavier to give you a more realistic feel when it bops you right on the nose, okay? So remember, with this, get your eyes right, get a rhythm going, and just keep a consistent pace, right? That's all you want to do, right? I always say, just try and have a good time with anything that you do with the sport of boxing, mixed martial arts, or any type of combat sports. And I tell you what, I like Boxerpoint because they're an awesome company so far. I don't have a lot of complaints with these at all, right? I don't have any complaints with this tool. The cords are strong, the balls are in good shape, they've taken a beating, and you can use this for a long time and not get bored. And for 20 bucks, if I had a toddler that had ADHD and I'm trying to get work done while I'm working at home, here kid, go take this and go hit this in the corner. You know, we can't go to boxing, we can't go to jiu-jitsu practice today, but here's your practice, just go do this. And wouldn't be surprised if your kids got occupied with this for like an hour trying to get it mastered down. It's like doing ping pong on your head, not ping pong, a paddle board on your head. And that's basically what it is. Another trick that I learned is that you can actually hit it and then start going back with your head too. So there you go, it really is like a paddle board with your head. But hey, that's all I have to say about this product. I think it's awesome. Boxerpoint, thank you so much for sending this out. Go follow them on Facebook, Instagram, wherever it is. You get a really nice tool. I really appreciate it. I know I use it every day, minimum 15 to 20 minutes, especially before I go to practice. Keeps my mind sharp and my eyes ready. All right, folks, with that said, I'm Al, the Postmaster tomorrow. If you have any questions about this product, post them below and check them out. The link to Amazon, 20 bucks. It's a really great deal, I promise you. All right, folks, I'll see you next episode.